My name is Rosemary Rea, and I completed my undergraduate studies in both CIT, I suppose MTU now, and UCC. So it was a cert and diploma in CIT and a degree in biochemistry in UCC. I then went on to complete my PhD in microbiology in UCC, and I finished in 2005. Now, after that, I moved into industry, and I suppose I spent a number of years working in a biotech company, a role which I really enjoyed. And I gained huge experience there, and I suppose it's still experience. I use them in my current role to date. So in 2010, I joined the lecturing department, or the lecturing staff, I suppose, in the Department of Biological Sciences in CIT. And I suppose currently I am the director of the Pharmaceutical Biotechnology program, and I also supervise a number of PhD students as well. I was delighted, I suppose, to be asked to participate in this event to mark International Women's Day. I mean, this is a fantastic forum for celebrating women's achievement and promoting inclusivity and equality. I mean, the achievements we're celebrating, it's created positive environments for women. And I suppose it's also paved the way for other women as well, making, I suppose, them and my own journey a little bit more straightforward. And I think the theme of this year's event, challenging inequality, given the period and the climate we find ourselves in, it's very easy to get involved. It's something you can do from the comfort of your own home. So I like the fact that it's really accessible, and also I like the fact that the messages, they're so simple, but they're so powerful. And it's great, I suppose, that this is what girls and young women are listening to, and this is what they're hearing about. So I suppose from a professional front, I don't have to look outside my own department. I suppose some of my colleagues now, they would have taught me when I was an undergraduate student in CIT myself, and I suppose I have great memories of that. And I suppose what's really inspiring is, they're still so passionate about their teaching today, and the student is at the centre. And when I joined the lecturing team myself, that's kind of an approach I took. Maybe more on a personal front, I'm someone that loves outdoor activities and endurance events. And I suppose I would have always looked to kind of endurance athletes for inspiration. But I think given the climate that we find ourselves in, it really has to be the healthcare workers and the scientists who are doing an incredible job, I suppose, under extremely difficult circumstances. I mean, given that this pandemic is dominating our lives here in Ireland, coming up on a year, and maybe on a global scale, just over a year. But that's a really short time frame in terms of drug development. And we're at a situation now where we have a number of vaccine options on the market. There's more coming through the approval process. There's other drugs that have been approved for treating the illness. And that's incredible, I suppose, to think that in such a short time frame, that this work was able to be achieved. And that's down to the scientists. It's years of work, I suppose, that have culminated and come to this point where you can get those vaccines to market, I suppose, to address the real global need at the moment. So I think that's absolutely inspiring, I suppose, the type of work and the research that goes on in getting those types of products to the market. I think one of the biggest challenges I faced was when I moved from industry to academia. So after my PhD, I spent a number of years working in the biotech industry, and it was a role that I really enjoyed. And then I suppose the opportunity within the Department of Biological Sciences in CIT, the lecturing role came up, and that was a fantastic opportunity, and I did grab it with both hands. But I suppose it was a hugely different role, I suppose, to that which I was doing in industry. So both very different roles and both with very different pressures. And I suppose it did take me a while to settle into the role and kind of find my feet and become comfortable, I suppose, with a lecturing style that I felt suited both me and the students. And I think really key to me settling in and, making this a successful transition was the support that I would have received from my colleagues within the Department of Biological Sciences. So I suppose really, again, I suppose I'd like to stress, having that support network around me, I suppose, is, I did settle in. I suppose I did find my feet, and I'm now in a position, I suppose, where I say, I love the job that I do. So I think the best piece of advice that I could give maybe is to think about and define what you want, work hard, seek help and support. And I think most importantly, don't be afraid to ask for what you want, and certainly don't be afraid to say it out loud.